Hey guys, how's it going? It is Josh Lloyd. I'm just going to give you a quick heads up. Jordan Goodwin is listed inactive. So it looks like they're not going to use one of his two-way days today. So look at that in your lineups. That just came out right now. So there you go. Kyle says, I'm traveling to Sydney and Melbourne from the US. Where's the best food? Don't know. I don't live in Sydney. Barely been there. Melbourne's got really good food. Couldn't tell you which one's better between the two. I'll just say Melbourne because that's where I'm from. Jordan Goodwin. Get him out of your lineups because that's what they're doing. So there you go. How is everybody? I hope you guys have made the fantasy playoffs and you are ready to roll for this week. Or if your playoffs haven't started or you're in roto leagues, that you are still ready to roll and you are getting excited for stuff to come. I'm just trying to figure out where I am with the screen at the moment. Get my lineup screen across. There we go. Good to have you guys here. Don't forget, hit like, hit thumbs up. Awesome to have that here. The Nets lineup is announced. It is the usual one. Schroeder, Bridges, Johnson, Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton. We will get that. Lucky this Grizzlies game is the early one, so we get that news on Goodwin. We will get that lineup coming soon, I would hope. They're going to start Kennard, would be my guess. They have to start Kennard. Who the hell else are they going to start? There's no Rose. There's no Pippen. That would be my guess. No Ben Simmons, no Cam Thomas for Brooklyn today. I might as well chuck the lineup screen across for you guys so you can go see that. At the moment, all we know is the Nets starters. That's all that has been confirmed. Statuses we're waiting on. Keontae George is questionable. Darren Fox and Alex Caruso are questionable. And LeBron, of course, is questionable as usual. And Anthony Davis is probable. That's all of the statuses we're waiting on. So, what do I think about Mitchell's news? Obviously, it's not good. He's out for the week. At least you would look at Okoro as an option, but he's injured too. Levert's injured. Don't know if they're going to be in or out. Merrill's an interesting guy for points and threes for sure. Bucks on the Aussie Galloway. I don't think he's Aussie. I don't think Jalen Galloway is not Australian. I'm pretty sure he is American. He just played in the NBL. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me have a look. Jalen Galloway. Is he Australian? Oh, yeah, he is Australian. Oh, there you go. Didn't know that. I knew he was playing down here. We'll see. He'll probably play about 2 minutes total for the season. Bad news on Cody Martin and Seth Curry, but what it means is Vasilij Micic is a awesome ad. If Bryce Sensabaugh was to move into a 28-minute, would realistic line expectation be? Think a little bit like Malachi Branham. Look, I could see him averaging 18 points with 3 threes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal with iffy shooting numbers. Free throws should be pretty good, though. What are Sensabaugh's G League numbers? That's an interesting question. I know he's been injured with a knee problem all season, but yeah, it's worth looking at because he might have to start today. I'll just load that up. While we do that and we wait for Memphis's lineup to come out, let's go and do Dribble Game. All right, who's on today for Dribble Game? Derek White to Lou Williams. Spurs, Celtics, Lou Williams. Did Drew Holiday play with Lou Williams in Philadelphia? He absolutely did. Bang. All right, that was easy. Okay. Back to waiting on the Grizzlies lineup. Is there a chance Brunson misses no games? Yes. From an earlier video, it sounds like you're not a believer in Josh Hart sustaining his current level. Correct, I'm not. He's playing 45 minutes a night, and I don't think he's going to maintain triple-double averages. What do I think his outlook rest of the season? His outlook is completely reliant on the return of Anunoby or Randall. One of those guys come back, or when both come back, then Hart's a drop. But that's the problem. We just don't know when that happens. Giannis out today. Yep, that is true. Minutes projected for Micic, it's got to be like, I would say at least 28 in the short term. At least. Have I watched The Tourist? I have not. Does higher usage translate to more points and other stats? More points, yes. High usage is just shots. It's more shots and turnovers. That's it. So the more shots you take, the more likely you are to score more points. Other stats, not really. Doesn't impact rebounds in the slightest. Doesn't impact steals at all. Blocks at all. Doesn't impact... It can impact threes, but it doesn't necessarily impact threes. Assists, maybe, but also not really. It's points. It's points with a little bit of threes involved. Should you pick up DiVincenzo? Welcome to Fantasy. Bro, what are you going? He was a pickup 2 months ago. So, yes. Should you drop Neesmith for McBride in a 14-teamer? Password Monster screen just died. I don't think I would drop him in a 14-teamer. It doesn't appear like Brunson is out long term. So, as I just go and adjust this screen. So, Neesmith's got pretty strong 14-team league value the rest of the way. So, maybe you get one start out of McBride. I don't think I'd be super... And the Knicks have 3 games this week, 3 games next week too. Okay. Would it be possible for Jordan Goodwin to not play at all this week due to his contract? Yes. Here's the thing with Jordan Goodwin, his contract. He has got, I believe, 10 games left this season. He might sit out all of the next 15 games and play the final 10 or whatever, how many they've got left. There's no way of knowing. He might not even play the full 10 games. We literally don't know. So he could play every game this week. Well, he won't because he's not playing today. He could miss every game. He could play every second game. Literally no way of knowing. That is why we call them the Memphis question marks. Is Dwop Reith a rest of season ad? Don't know. It depends if Ayton's out. Right, at the moment, Ayton and Grant are out tomorrow, so both Walker and Reith are ads. And I don't know whether Ayton returns or not. He was listed questionable for tomorrow. So that doesn't suggest that he's necessarily out long term, but who knows, man. Walker or Reith tonight? I'll take Walker. Is Eric Gordon worth a stream with Booker out 7 to 10 days? Yes. I'd probably look at O'Neal ahead of him, but yes. I picked up too many rest of season guys like Io and Miller and Keontae. Now I don't have any streaming spots. Thoughts? Well, you have to make one. Simple as that. And I would guess... Is Ayo Dosunmu your worst player? Who's your worst player? Right, that's where we get the discussion going. Because you might think that you've got all these great guys, but if your opponent then gets 7 extra games over you, doesn't matter. You're cooked anyway. You're going to have to drop somebody. What's my favorite fast food restaurant you've had while in America? Fast food restaurant. My 2 favorites. I do like Chipotle. I like In-N-Out a lot as well. Five Guys, I'm not as big on Five Guys as I am on In-N-Out. Shake Shack's alright, don't love that one. I've only had Chick-fil-A once and that was pretty good. Favorite UFC fighter, don't watch UFC at all. All I know is Adesanya because my partner's friends with his sister. I've never met him, but that's it. Jack, welcome to October. I can't play them for copyright reasons. Haven't had that question in a while. Wow. Any rabbit hunter news? No, as you can probably see on the screen, there's a big blue Q next to Alex Caruso's name, which means questionable. We don't know yet. How many minutes do I reckon Banton will play? Absolutely no idea. What do you play, like 9 minutes the last game and then 20 the game before? They are veering into the Memphis question marks territory. One day it was Hagens, one day it was Banton. It is going to be all over the shop almost every night. You could look at Banton as a 20-minute guy, but he might not hit that. We literally have evidence of this. Should you drop Neesmith or Lively for Misic? I would drop Neesmith for Misic, yes. Who's the best pick for Toronto? Is it Dick? Well, Ian, I've got no idea who your options are. So, would I take Dick over Olynyk? No. Would I take Dick over Trent? Probably not. Would I take Dick over Brown? Probably. Would I take Dick over Abaji? I probably would. I do think taking Dick is a good move, but I don't know what your other options are there. Derek Lively is in. Oh, yeah, we know that. Thanks, Dallas Mavericks. Russell Westbrook having surgery on his hand. Maybe hope for a return before the playoffs. Is this what it takes for everyone who's still holding him to drop him?
Get that garbage out of here!
I talked to Blackzilla. How did you... Favorite Sydney Sweeney movie or TV show? There is a show that is going to release directly after this live stream for the preview for Tuesday. And my opening to the show is actually about Sydney Sweeney. And I actually talk about this very thing. How did you know? But I've only ever seen her in White Lotus. That's it. I'd never even heard of her before that. What about Merrill in weekly lock points? Well, I don't know who your other options are, Chris, but he's going to have more value this week. But he's not a great... I wouldn't say he's a great points league guy because he doesn't do anything outside of scoring and threes. It would depend on who your other options are. When am I going to put a ring on it? We are married, mate. Like, also, none of your business. Do we miss the announced results of the grant? No, I haven't seen the results. And Jared, I think she actually ended up coming second, but they haven't announced the results yet. Who's running point guard for Memphis? It's going to be Kennard. I'm pretty sure that's who we have projected in the starting lineup here. Yeah, Kennard. Playoffs should start week 15 with all these injuries. There's actually way less injuries this season than any other year. And going to week 15 is like insane. That's ridiculous. There's probably less injuries at the moment than there was 4 weeks ago. Because you would have said the same thing back in week 15. Man, Halliburton's out. What am I going to do? Or someone else was out. Or Wembanyama, minutes restriction, every back-to-back, he's done. All right? It's not that bad. Is Dennis Schroeder a must-hold rest of season 10 team? Probably not 10 team, because Thomas, I guess, will come back, and then they only have 3 games next week as well. Trey Jemison is starting. There you go. Keontae George is playing as well. All right, I'm just going to update stuff because I'm working over at Basketball Monster. So Keontae George is playing. Jason Preston is in. Preston! Micah Potter is playing. That's sick. Trey Jemison is starting. Okay. And not Lamar Stevens. Okay. So Jemison and Aldama in the front court. And so it's Kennard, Conchar, Williams, Aldama, Jemison. Oh, is my screen screwed up? I'm just making the adjustments to this on Basketball Monster. You'll see the changes filter across in a second, but that's what I'm telling you what it is. So Jemison starting, Lamar Stevens off the bench, Santi Aldama starting at power forward. So who started there for them the last game? Lamar Stevens. So he only played 15 minutes at the start. This is what I mean with this team. Like, it's impossible to tell what they're doing because they started Lamar Stevens and he played fewer minutes as a starter than he did when he came off the bench. So Jemison was a DNP last game. But he's starting here. And he might get good minutes. I'm just got to go and adjust those. Good to see Keontae is playing, though. Might adjust those minutes, I think. Man, how on earth can anyone predict what is going on here with this team? They're a disaster, man. Far out. The minutes are all over the shop. Okay, so we've got that Grizzlies lineup out. Now, I'm just going to check, did they officially rule... Yeah, Jordan Goodwin's out. So I'm just going to rule him out. He's not starting, so he's done. All right, what other questions? Did I go to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour? I did not. Old mate Sean, 16-10 points, ruled injuries, but Men Thompson needs an injury to be worth grabbing. In a 16 team, no, he's fine. You can get him there. Did I watch Skippy the Kangaroo? Well, it's actually Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. And yeah, as a kid, it was on TV, but it wasn't something I ever sat down to pay attention to. But I know the song. I think everyone in Australia who's around my age would know the song. Skippy was a bit older than me, though. Dick is not getting enough play time. He will never jump ahead of Gary. That's very strong words. He will. I'm telling you now, he will. You know what happened yesterday doesn't mean what happens today or tomorrow or a week's time, yeah? You're right that yesterday Gary played more than Dick. Doesn't mean it happens every game. What are my thoughts on Jason Kelsey's retirement? Eagles fans, I'm super bummed. He's been awesome. Not often you get a center who's a cult figure like that. But yeah, he's awesome. What are my thoughts on the Doggies pumping the Hawks? It was a little bit iffy in the first quarter, but yeah, our second half was pretty good, wasn't it? We looked pretty good in that one, and I think old mate Riley Saunders is going to be pretty good. Get on him for Rising Star, maybe. Don't know. I don't know enough about the other guys. Would I sit Beasley for Kennard? No, I don't think so. Honestly, Kennard starts and nothing changes. His usage doesn't change. He just does nothing. So I'm not that excited about what he's bringing. Dennis Smith Jr. minutes with the injuries on this, but yeah, he'll play, I guess, close to 20. Crowder or Anderson for a stream tonight? I wouldn't look at Anderson on a back-to-back. I don't even know if he's going to play, so don't... Oh, or did they rule him in? No, he's in. Yeah, I wouldn't look at Anderson. Surely you have someone better, though, to stream in than Jay Crowder. Surely there's someone better. But with Giannis out, maybe we did a little bit more from Jay. Paul Reed or Taylor Hendricks rest of season's got to be Reed. Do I remember for Jalen Horde? Yeah, I remember. He had that close to 2020 game, or he did have a 2020 game. Jalen Horde, what a legend. Does Basketball Monster have WNBA stats, articles, rankings? We do not. No. Unfortunately we don't. Like I don't have capacity for that. I can't work 12 months of the year. Dick never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Who cares? He is one, and he's good. Or he's going to be okay. Zubat to start tonight in a points league? Well, that would depend on who your other options are, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would depend on your other options. I would be, in a points league, I'd be very hesitant to do it. Just looking at inactive lists at the moment. Nothing standing out there. All right, we're good. Nothing standing out there. All right, you're getting the... Now people are announcing the Grizzlies lineup. You got that 10 minutes ago here from me. This is why you need to be a part of this show. We got those details out ages ago. That's why you need to be a double banger. Beasley or Kispert? Beasley. Who's the most out-of-pocket name who became a league... league winner is a nonsense term, and I hate it, so I'm not going to tell you who's a league winner. Who was the most random bloke? There was a guy... Not Jordan Goodwin. What's his name? Jordan McRae? Was it him who had that insane run? It was either for the Cavs or the Pistons. Jordan McRae. And who's the... Jordan Crawford as well. He was another crazy one. There's always someone unbelievable. Like Drew Eubanks was the guy 2 years ago. If I had to guess, would LeVert play tomorrow in the back-to-back? I think he will play, yeah. Game of the day. Let's have a look, Shawnee. What are the games? Clippers, Bucks lost intrigue with Giannis out, so I'm not as interested there. Bulls, Kings is yuck. Probably Thunder Lakers, I guess. If the Lakers get pumped here, then they're in real trouble, aren't they? It's probably that one. Clippers, Bucks still good, but no Giannis hurts. Who'd I pick for a stream tonight? Reith, Hagans, Conchar, Jemison. Ugh. Not Hagans. Probably Reith. Reith or Jemison. Probably Reith. With Kessler injured, is it better to pick up Reed or Drummond for this? We're about rebounds and blocks. If you look, Drummond will clear in rebounds, so take him. Did I catch June 2? I haven't even watched June 1, mate. So no, I haven't watched June 2. But my partner went through a stage of reading the June books, but she like on audio book, and she'd play some of them in the car. They sound horrific, honestly. Like the shit that was going on was crazy. Is Fox playing? Don't know, Abuela, but look at the screen that's up there at the moment. There's a big blue Q. That means questionable for De'Aaron Fox. Chris Dunn for Portland, yeah, that's a good one. He was crazy a couple of years ago there too. There's always someone random. There'll be someone random this year as well. For sure there will be. Maybe Justin Manea does it for Portland. Maybe it's Mamadou Gay for the Raptors. Reith is playing against Gobert and Towns. I don't think it really matters that much, to be honest. I do a lot of car sponsors. Am I into cars or do you get cheaper parts? I'm not into cars at all. I don't get those sponsors because I'm into cars. That's just the sponsors that we get. No, I'm not into cars at all. Have I played Le Connections? It's like a 1 to 2 minute game, NBA version of New York Times Connections. I love New York Times Connections. I haven't played Le Connections. How's my partner doing in the vote? The vote's ended. They haven't announced the final results yet. Prediction on Dort's line tonight. All right, so he's playing the Lakers. Let's go 6-3-2 with a steal on 22% shooting. Do I expect soft tanking from the Bulls? No, I don't. They want the play-in. They're idiots. No, they won't. Have I ever been to Canada? Yes, I was in Montreal in 2019. Svima Holuk, yeah, he was an unbelievable for the Hornets last season. He was putting up some crazy numbers at the end of maybe that's going to be the Misic this year. Andres Biedrins. Didn't he have like a 17% free throw percentage one year? Chamias Ramsey. That guy is so bad. I think he's terrible, but he did just sign a 10-day. How is the fence out front and car after the damage from the storm? Good question, Armando. The fence is finally getting fixed this week, and my car's getting fixed in about 3 weeks. It's been so long waiting for this. Does Olynyk get priority over Trent on the wire? I believe so, yes. Do I think Charlotte's going to give Poku a real run? Not really. No, not massive anyway. Do I think Gay and Dick have silly season hero for the Raptors? Gay, probably not. Dick has a chance, yeah. Let's play some look connections. Why are we holding... Keontae, well, Ricardo, because you asked that question, that means everybody must consider you a must-roster player. I've never met someone with the worst takes of all time, apart from the bloke who told me that Sabonis was a better defender than Wemby yesterday. Maybe it was you, Ricardo. That's the last time I answer one of your questions because they're stupid. I think Bagley will eat tonight against the Kessler and Lowry-less Jazz. Yeah, probably. Did I catch Webster's hit on Simpkin? I did, Bailey. How many weeks? It's got to be 8 minimum. Minimum. That was dreadful. What was he doing? And his family's reaction. Oh my God. Yeah. Terrible. Mr. Gadget asked a great question. I don't remember what it was. I hope it was a good question. Oh yeah. It was the gay dick one. Cool. Good for him. Is Mike Conley droppable next week due to 2 games? Yes. That would be droppable, I would suggest. Yep. Someone said let's do look connections. All right. Let me try and find it. Where do I find this thing? Look connections. There we go. Let's see how bad this is or how good it is. Find groups of 4 NBA players that share a similarity. 7th. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Whew. Get started. Oh, my God. This is going to be tough. All right. So there's tall blokes. Embiid, Kareem, Okafor. Duke players. Top 3 picks. Philadelphia top 3 picks. Markelle, Embiid, Okafor. And who's the other? Who's the Sixers top 3 pick in this group? Simmons. There you go. Bang. Oh, he's good, this guy. Oh, yeah. I didn't get trust the process, but yeah. All right. Rondo, Westbrook, Ball. Point guards with less than 30% three-point shooting. UCLA, Westbrook, Ball, Jaquez. Who's the other UCLA guy here? Oh, Kareem, isn't it? Kareem. All right, let's go again. Ooh. All right. What are we doing next? Pelicans players. Davis, Boogie, Rondo, Zion. Oh, Ingram's there too. So where does Ingram fit in? Garnett, Allen, Pierce, Rondo. Well, they're the Celtics guys. Garnett, Pierce, Allen, Rondo. The others are all Pelicans. Celtics title winners. Yep. Oh, wait, Celtics, and that's Pelicans. All-star, whatever. They were Pelicans players. W. All right. What else have we got going on here? Caruso revealed he played through a tendon injury in his thumb, impacting his three-point shooting. It would have been nice to know. Paul Reed or Walker? I'd Reed. Do I reckon KCP will miss any games this week? No, if he's back at practice and it was a personal issue, I'd say he's fine. Is Horton Tucker a stream tonight? Maybe, Brandon. I don't know if they're going to start him or Sensible, but if they start Horton Tucker, not only will he make them unbelievably worse, but he will get stats. So, yeah, maybe. Did I watch any NRL Vegas, Josh? No, Mahi. I have not seen a second of NRL. I've never sat down in my life to watch an NRL game. Since about 1989 Origin as a kid, I watched it and was, nah, this is not for me. Is Yurtseven going to get real run in Utah? Not real run. He'll get backup minutes run. That's about it. Will Moody get good run this week? Well, it depends if Wiggins is out, and I don't know that. And they don't play until Wednesday. So I think Wiggins or Pajemski will be back. I think Wiggins will miss at least one, but I couldn't predict any more than that. Would I drop Gafford for Walker? Probably, yeah. What is Jaime's outlook with Hero? No, Hero this week. Hero hasn't been ruled out this week. Hasn't he just been ruled out one game? Did I miss something on that? I think he's only been ruled out one game, but Jaquez's value doesn't really change when Hero's out. Remember Johnny Davis? Yeah, I know. He had a couple of interesting games. That was he's terrible. Will he do it again this year? He's so bad. Oh, maybe. Maybe. He's so bad, man. How often do I peruse NBA Circle Jerk? Never. What areas have the best food in Melbourne? The CBD has got good food. Depends what you're looking for. Like, Richmond's got good food. A lot of Vietnamese food there. Inner city just generally has better ones. Like, there's also the St Kilda area, Carlton, Fitzroy, Collingwood. They're probably, if we go to eat, they're the areas we go to. But most of it's in the city. Or down like South Yarra as well. Is Bob Covington ever going to win defensive stats in fantasy again? Nope. when I first saw Brunson's injury, did I think he was done rest of season? I thought there was a chance that it might be end of regular season. I didn't think it was going to be. I wasn't sure. I didn't think it was going to be torn ACL, but I worried that it was like a meniscus or another sort of tendon strain or something in there. But yeah, I thought it was much worse than it ended up being. Does the men excite you as a silly season unleashed rookie? Not really, no. I don't see Houston just sitting guys down so he plays 30 minutes. I've answered this a couple of times already back, but you obviously just jumped in. No, we don't know yet. They haven't announced it yet. Logon Street goes hard. Does it? Not anymore, I don't think. Logon Street used to be the place, obviously, for the Italian food, but nah, not really anymore. I don't think anyway. It feels way different now. Hold or drop Trae Young. It's an impossible thing to answer, mate. I don't think he's back until the start of April, so have you got IL slots? Who would you be adding? What's your league format? When are your playoffs? Don't know. Is Sensible a sensible ad? I would hope that they would give him minutes, but honestly, he hasn't done anything so far this season. That's why I was looking at his G League stats. I got confused. Let's go back to the Sensible discussion as we go full circle here with 4 minutes left. What are Bryce's G League stats? 19 points in the G League in 29 minutes, shooting 47 from the field, 2.5 threes at 37%, 76 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.2 steals. Like, they're pretty pedestrian. I wouldn't rush to add him. I hope they start him, but I think it might be a little slow for him to pick this up. We'll find out. For leagues that currently aren't in the playoffs, how should we handle Reith? You're assuming Aiden does come back. Well, you just use him for now and go from there. Are we dropping Poole? Why would you drop Poole now when he's like been a top 60 player over the last 2 weeks? So absolutely not. Have I ever been to Croatia? I have not been to Croatia. I have actually never been to anywhere in Eastern Europe. I think the furthest east I've been in Europe is Austria. That's not even east. Trey Mann or Dennis Smith? Trey Mann. Although this week the 5 games are more interesting, but I think I'll take Trey Mann still. Do I think Trey Murphy will ever be consistent enough for 10 points? Not unless someone else gets hurt. No. Why is Olynyk a hold if Pirtle might play the next game? Well, Ricardo. Oh, what am I doing? I'm answering your question. But again, once again, you're wrong. Pirtle's out the next game. So there you go. Silly. Did I get Wemby in any league? No, I did not. I should have, but I didn't. I know I picked him in a lot of mocks at like the turn of round 3 or early round 3 in mock drafts, but never got him in a real draft. Is Banter going to cook rest of season? No. No, he's not. Check his last game and see how that looked for you. Rank rest of season. Reith, Stewart, Reed, Valanciunas, Walker. So many of these just depend on injury situations. It's probably Reed, honestly. Reed, Valanciunas, Walker, Stewart, Reith. When was my first year playing fantasy basketball? 2008. Boy Bogdanovic is an ad? Nah, you know what? You got to give me context. I'm not answering questions. Simple as that. McConnell or Dennis Smith? Take the 5 games from Smith. At what point do you drop players who are being rested come playoffs? I think you got to wait for it to actually happen. You can't go ahead and drop like a Larry Markkinen right now until we actually see more of a pattern emerging versus one game. Wemby will get picked first in a lot of drafts next season. I don't know that I'll have him number 1 necessarily. I think I've got him projected number 3 rest of season, but I could easily see projecting him number 1 next season. So possible. All right, we're going to get out of here. Just waiting if there's any more last minute news that drops. Hagens or Chris Murray? Just give me... I'll take the guy that's playing 30 minutes as a starter. That's just usually how we get more value. All right, we did just get a bunch of news that dropped. Yusuf Nurkic listed questionable. Josh Okogie out. Nasir Little out. That doesn't matter much for us. Dylan Windler, questionable. Nothing interesting there at all. All right, we're going to boot out of here. So again, thanks to everyone for being a part of the show. I do appreciate that. Hit thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time.